Divine grace of our Charanaravinda Bhakti Dhamma Swami Sri Prabhupada ki ISKCON Pratisacharya Jagadguru Sri Prabhupada ki Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur ki Ramsikaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Jananivas Prabhu Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyamukunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana ki Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai Jagannath Puri Dham ki Jai Mayapur Dham ki Jai Shri Panihati Dham Mahotsav ki Jai Gangamai ki Jai Ramunamai ki Jai Devi ki Jai Shri Tulsi Maharani ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki All glory to the Assembly All glory to the Assembly All glory to the Assembly All glory to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga Saiva Premanandi.
Okay, they're getting warmed up. It's good. I just want to make sure people are coming in, trickling in, you know. So, Jananivas Prabhu, I've known him since I was 5 years old. Something that I have personally admired about him is his impeccable nishtha and ruchi, this steadiness and taste that he has for serving their lordships. My spiritual life foundation has been heavily guided by inspiration that I derived from him and his twin brother, who is not here with us. He's gone back to the spiritual world. Jananivas Prabhu is like a rock. If you don't know what a rock is, the metaphor that I'm presenting here is a rock is something that is immovable, something that stands strong and powerful, cannot be moved by any storms. So this is the steadiness of his faith and determination and conviction in this practice of bhakti. From the age of 5, I observed many people come in and out, but there is one person that has never left my life and the inspiration that I derive personally, which is Jananivas Prabhu's deep dedication every single day. Doesn't matter the weather, doesn't matter what disturbances are going on, he is there every single day worshipping and taking care of the deities. If you ask me, someone asks me, what does a pure Vaishnava looks like? What does it look like? And you have one sitting right in front of you. Someone who has no material desires. His only intention and desire is simply to serve the Lordship Shri Radharani. He's given up his family and everything back home in England and moved to India and never left India, other than to travel around and inspire all of you with this faith and dedication to serve Shri Radharani. And this is, I have been practicing for 41 years now. I've never left the practice of bhakti, but you're talking about someone who lives the practice of bhakti 24 hours, and his dream is to see this beautiful temple, this beautiful city that is coming up in Mayapur Dham. And that is why, although he never leaves Mayapur, just like Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Did you know that? Not even one step. Vrindavanam parityajam padam ekam nagachati. He does not step out of Vrindavan. Jananivas Prabhu had never stepped out of Mayapur ever since the instruction that he has received from his spiritual master. He's never left the Dham. And he's here traveling around the world, carrying with him, I think, the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu, correct? So Braj Vilas Prabhu will give you more details, but He is carrying the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu from Mayapur Dham all over the world. This is a major, significant event. This is not something that happens every day. It's not something that happens every year. It's a very, very rare occasion. I can tell you there is hundreds and thousands of devotees all around the world who are seeking the opportunity to have darshan and the association of Jananivas Prabhu. His humility personified, his perseverance personified, his dedication personified, and he is here with us to tell us all about this incredible temple that he is part of fulfilling the prophecy of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his dream. So this is Jananivas Prabhu. I could go on for a very long time, and there's so much to say about him, but I'm going to leave it right there. So I want you to please pay attention. He will tell us, he speaks very softly, giving you a warning, and he also, even though he lived in India for a long time, his British accent is still there, but I'm sure all of you will get it. So please pay attention, open your ears, and keep your eyes open and your heart open, and let whatever information that he has to share, let it enter your heart through your ears. His Grace Jananivas Prabhu ki jai!
No, Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Hari Rama. So thank you for a very nice reception of Kirtan to the feet of Nanda, Shinadeva, and all the devotees. Something like a mini Mayapur.
Make it louder, please, Shraddha.
Hare Krishna. In your association here, Panihati Dham, named after the Lord's Chiradani Mahotsav, the Panihati. So that is an extension of the Lord's pastimes also. So like this, the Lord has pastimes. Krishna says, when I come here, in this material world, to establish the proper religion and get free from the illusory clutches of Maya. And so Krishna comes and forms his wonderful pastimes, and the most wonderful and astonishing pastime is his Vrindavan pastimes. One time in Dwaraka, Krishna said that Krishna was going to, you have to bear with me, I get 33 million demigods are there. And each demigod focuses on one point of your body. So when we get punishment or happiness, it's coming through the agency of the demigods. So we can experience that. But we have been experiencing it, we are experiencing it by going through, staying in this material world, going to the material, up planets and the lower planets. And so like this, we're getting punished by the material energy. That punishment is not actually punishment, it's a benediction. But it's for us to wake up and realize that we don't belong in this material world. We belong with Krishna. And cowboys and cowgirls, Krishna's friends. This is our real home. So this is the pastime of Krishna. So this is another one of those 33 million points. It's controlled by demigod. Difficult to walk now. Had cancer, slight cancer. Just the beginning stages. The doctor said not really worry about it. And Parkinson's also in its beginning stages. You know, when you, well, this is just some of the threefold miseries that are happening to this body. So sometimes I become very forgetful. What's it called? Memory, yeah. Memory loss. So sometimes I go a little bit blank. Anyway. So one time in Dwarka, Krishna went to see Rukmini in her palace. So she got Rukmini got news that Krishna was coming to see me in my palace. So she was very excited, so she started to clean the palace, sweep it. Of course, there's no dirt in Vaikuntha, but she was sweeping it anyway to make it nice for Krishna. And she asked all of her co-wives that they should come to the palace to render some service to Krishna. So Krishna came to the palace. And
Brahmastra Prabhu.
So Krishna came to the palace of Rukmini, and she welcomed him, and she was washing his lotus feet, massaging his lotus feet. But she was crying and the tears were falling from her eyes. So Krishna said, Rukmini, why are you crying? She said, you won't be able to understand. Somebody's upset you. No, it's not that. Are you still upset with me when I told you to marry Shishupala? No, it's not that. Sudashan, no, I didn't say anything. Then what's the matter, Rukmini? Why are you crying? You don't understand. You won't understand. Krishna said, that's very wonderful, astonishing. I'm supposed to be God, I'm supposed to know everything. And Rukmini is telling me I can't understand. So tell me what is very interesting, the mystery. Tell me, Rukmini, what is it that I don't understand? And Rukmini said, no, you don't understand what your devotees are feeling when they see your lotus feet. Now this is perfection of my life, I have your lotus feet in my hands. And I'm with you, but after a little while you're going to leave my palace and you go to another palace. And just thinking like that I'll be separated from you after a little while. This is why I'm feeling and this is why I'm crying. Krishna said, that's very interesting. But I'd like to know that also. I would like to experience what my devotees are experiencing. How much love they have for me. What are they actually experiencing when they love me? yeah, how they are loving me. So I want to experience this. My devotees are experiencing it. I should experience it. So therefore, as Krishna said, it's time for my incarnation in Kali Yuga. I will come. And I will come this time in the form, in the full form and the mood of a devotee. Which devotee? The greatest devotee, Srimati Radharani, who will take her complexion and her sentiment of devotion, and I will be able to experiencing what Srimati Radharani experiences when she's feeling that so much love for you. So Krishna said, I will descend with all my devotees, all my incarnations, all my weapons personified, I will descend into this material world, Kali Yuga, and taking all my friends, we will smash the fangs, the poisonous fangs of Kali Raj. He's in charge of this Kali Yuga, so he's very fearsome personality. And he keeps everyone bound up by his movements. So Krishna says, I will come and I will smash his teeth. So this is, how will I do it? With the weapon of Sankirtan, Harinam Sankirtan, chanting of Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So therefore, this is considered to be the greatest form of Krishna, and he is known as Mahabharanaya. The more Mahabharanaya, Krishna Prema Pradayati, Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namani, Gaura Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the incarnation of Radha and Krishna. Radha and Krishna become one. That is Mahaprabhu. And in this form, as a devotee, he is experiencing what the love that his devotees have for him. So this is considered the greatest benediction to attain that love that the residents of Vrindavan are feeling for Krishna. It's like Radha, what love does she have? How much is she experiencing? I want to know. And so all of the devotees, Krishna is experiencing. And also, he's not only tasting himself, but he's also giving to others. This is his kindness. Otherwise, this Braja Bhakti, the love that the inhabitants of Vrindavan have for Krishna, is unequaled in this world. So Krishna has come to distribute freely. He said Gauranga Mahaprabhu is tasting these fruits of love of Godhead. And he orders everyone that I brought all these fruits of love of Godhead to distribute to all the living entities. What can I do? I'm only one person. I need help. So Mahaprabhu was giving us a direct order. Please help me distribute these fruits. I don't want to take them back to Godhead. I want to distribute them. So please help me distribute this. So this is the message Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was giving us. And Jagatath Maharaj was saying that actually Krishna doesn't have a. We don't have a problem. Well, we don't have a problem because we got the process for going back to Godhead. Means no more rebirth in this world means no more death, no old age, no disease. These are all afflicted on the body, but we are not the body, we are the soul in the body. But all these these pains are inflicted on us. But by taking the process of chanting Hare Krishna, one becomes free from this cycle of birth and death. So we don't have a problem. This is the big problem of the material world. Everyone's growing old, they're going to get disease and die. And doctors, medicines, doesn't work. We have so many medicines now. Sometimes they say we conquered one medicine, but then again another one comes. So we never get completely free from birth and death, which is our problem, the main problem. That's been solved now by Krishna's mercy, by the Hare Krishna mantras. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a problem. He wants to distribute these fruits. So Jayadeva Maharaj said, this is the situation. We don't have a problem. Our problem's been solved. We're going back to Godhead. People ask her, do you believe in reincarnation? I say, of course we don't. Why do we believe in reincarnation? We're going back home, back to Godhead. Reincarnation means rebirth. So reincarnation. We don't believe in reincarnation because we go back home, back to Godhead. So, anyway, so Krishna has come to perform this Sankirtan mission, and he's giving everyone an invitation to come and participate in this wonderful pastime of Lord Chaitanya, Leela. And in Navadvip, when Nityananda Prabhu was taking Shiji on the Prikram, they came to the border of Mayapur. And Nityananda Prabhu gave this order or instruction or message. Here we are on the bank of the Ganges. Adbhut Mandir Vaibhir Kash Gauranga Nitya Seva Vaibhir Vikash. That Nityananda Prabhu said to Jiva Goswami, at this place on the bank of the Ganga, a wonderful temple will appear here. A wonderful temple. He said that from which Gauranga Nitya Seva would be preached all over the world. This is called Nitya Seva. He has come to give his service. His service. He has come to give his own service to himself. So, this is how we can serve the Lord Chaitanya by taking his service he has given. And anybody can chant Hare Krishna. It is also service to Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu was telling to you that after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has finished these pastimes, the river Ganges will come. and it will flood the whole area for 100 years. And after that, it's not flooded anymore. Ganga Devi is twisting like a snake for the pleasure of Gauranga, to put his desire. And everything gets washed away. Even the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gets washed away. And then after that, it's not flooding anymore 100 years, but Ganga is just twisting and washing away everything. Even the birthplace gets lost. So that goes on for 400 years. Then after that 400 years, so this is 500 years, 100 years flood, 400 years the Ganga is washing everything. 500 years. Again, he said the task of breathing, the task of anyway, the task of revealing Mayapur will begin again in earnest. So that's actually this time. And those who have seen it, been in Mayapur, and seen when we first started there in 1972, Sri Prabhupada began that project. And at that time it was often getting flooded also. But now that time is finished. And again, he says, again, devotees will come and live in Mayapur. And we see this is happening now. And devotees will build houses to see that happening. Many of the devotees here have houses. So this is called Leela. Gauranga has come to. So this is revealing that the devotees again will come, they will build houses here. Many devotees here build houses in Mayapur. And temples they will build. Very astonishing Adbhut Mandir. Astonishing temple will appear here. And service to Gauranga Nitya Seva. Service to Gauranga, the Sankirtan mission. It will begin there. So this is actually Nitya Leela. This temple is Nitya Leela. Prabhupada gave an example of this in Hyderabad. And he said that he said tomorrow is Jananastami. We're having this festival here, we're going to install these deities and we're going to have a good program in Hyderabad. Then it's Sri Jananastami. And then the day after Jananastami, exactly the same thing will go on somewhere else in this universe, or another universe. This is called Nitya Leela. Krishna's pastimes go from one planet to another, one universe to another. So those devotees who are helping and buying houses and building houses, you can understand this is actually leader of Krishna's taking power. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also visualized it. They say there's two times he actually had the vision. One was in his Rajakuti, Swarananda Sukada Ranjan, in his house. Ravi Kunj. And another time, he was in the Rani Dharamshala in Navadvip. That's where everybody used to live there. So the place wasn't getting flooded, so that Navadvip town was a higher land. So he was gazing across the Ganga, and then he described what he saw as a great mansion, and it was illuminated for miles around. And he asked his son who was with him, he said, "Can you see what I see?" And the son could see this. And then they had one servant with them. And they said, "Can you see that mansion?" The servant said, "No, I couldn't see it." But those who are pure in heart, they can see that that temple is already existing. You have to put the bricks and the cement and the marble, but actually it's already existing. Prabhupada gave an example that just like when Krishna was at Kurukshetra, the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and he showed Arjuna that form of time, the Vishnu, and he was killing all the soldiers there. The soldiers were rushing into his mouth and he was chewing them and killing them. And he said, "Look, Arjuna, I already killed everyone. They're already killed by me. Look, in the shape of shine, now I'm eating them. So I'm actually killing everyone already. But you be the instrument. You pick up your Gandhava bow, you kill the enemies, and you get the credit." He said, "If you don't do it, someone else will do it in the future. But it has to happen because the Lord's desire is absolute. So it will happen." So Prabhupada said, "You build it, and you'll get the credit." So this is our major relationship with developing HG Mayapur is this good mandir, which Prabhupada gave many instructions and guidelines. It's astonishing in many ways. It's depicting the universal, what's it called? Yeah, Prabhupada said he has this. The temple should have a dome, and inside the dome should be hanging like a chandelier. Hanging like a chandelier is the it's showing all the different planetary systems, how they're situated, how things are taking place, day and night, how things are happening in the universe, which nobody's got any idea. Really, it's modern science has not much idea at all about the structure of the universe. So this will be something very unique. And the leaders of different countries will start rethinking. So this is all the wonderful pastime of Krishna. And Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he instructed Jiva, but even before Mahaprabhu instructed, Jayadeva Goswami instructed. Jayadeva Goswami was living at Pitukunda. Basically, Chaitanya Madhav. And great poet, Jayadeva, which was chanting, Jaya Jagadish Jaya Jaya. So that poet who wrote that song, the Savatas wrote him. He was living there. He was the court Pandit for King Lakshman Sen. He was there at that time of Mahaprabhu. And he wrote some poetry, he wrote something that he mentions in the future will be a city here. So he was doing his bhajan thanks to the Radhakund, Pitukund. So he mentioned that That's about 200 years before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Goswami has also recorded that there will be a city, and there will be temples, and there will be one astonishing temple. And the name of that predominating deity in the temple will be known as, anybody have any guess? Sri Radha Madhav Ki. So that's the deity is already there, it's already named as Madhava, Radha Madhava. That's why they invite Nanda and Shakti Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada. Giving us all this information. So anyway, this is our relationship with Mayapur, Bhakti Bhakti, and specifically we're collecting for the Shingadev wing. Shingadev will be there in the temple, as well as all the others. And the Shingadev will be there. Somehow or other he made his arrangement to be there. And you all know Lord Shingadev. Play video. Yeah, that's one devotee in Baba City. He's in America now. What? Arizona, that's the devotee from Mayapur. But now he lives in Arizona. And that time he was doing the Mangalarti for Lord Shingadev. And so early in the morning he woke up because his bed was shaking. The brahmacharis were staying there. They had bunk beds, one on top of another. So he thought the other devotees getting up from Mangalarti and he's moving the bed. So Baba said he opened his eyes. And Shingadev was sitting on the end of his bed. Baba Shingadev Baki. Sitting on the end of his bed. And Baba said he tried to get up. And Lord Shingadev said, no, it's okay, be peaceful. And he tried to sit up, and Lord Shingadev, with his nails, he pushed him back. And he said it felt like the weight of the whole universe was on his head. And he still, maybe he still has those little nail marks, but they were there for many years. So Lord Shingadev said, anyway, I come to tell you, in the morning when you wake us up from Mangalarti, you switch this spotlight, heavy light on our face, and you wake up. So if you can maybe get a night light or some small light first. And anyway, he said, don't be fearful, I want you to do your service very peaceful. Then he disappeared. And Baba said he was running up and down the corridor. Oh. I said, what's up? Oh. And he ran to the temple and paid his obeisances to him. And then become pacified. Then he came back to the brahmachari ashram. He said, I wonder why everyone was staring at me. And I realized I only had my clothing on. They only had his underwear on. So this is a wonderful pastime that we do. Okay, well, glorious Dham is so glorious for those who are helping to fulfill the leader of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and promoting it. Same festivals here. Panihati is expanding the Lord's pastimes. This is actually Leela. You're part of it, whether you know it or not. But You will fulfill the desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,